Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone. My name is Sul Iskandar and my ID is GM010819116. Today I will be presenting about my mobile app, Pettify. Now, you might wonder what Pettify actually does. So the answer to that question is that Pettify is a pet finder mobile app designed for the general public to use in search of their missing pet. Why did I come up with this mobile app? Well, as a pet lover myself, I know how soul-crushing it could be for losing your pet. Thus, I want to ensure that no one will experience this horrible feeling of losing your pet. On top of that, living as a student or an employed person, having to commute to work and class every day while also doing extracurricular activities and part-time jobs is almost impossible to consistently search for your missing pet. Realizing that you can't do much by yourself, it will only make you worry of your pet's safety, and that may affect your performance at work and your studies. And of course, when it comes to a missing pet, you don't even know where to even begin searching for them. So with Pettify, user will be able to create a missing pet post and also alert the owner when you have found their lost pet. Let's not forget, Pettify will also let users to create their own pet lover community with their friends. Moving on to the PACT analysis. In this PACT analysis, we will first begin with people. First of all, I have taken some considerations when designing Pettify. For example, in cognitive characteristics, will allow users to be able to use Pettify on the go. This is because Pettify has a shallow learning curve that enables users to adapt instantly. Secondly, is the physical characteristics. Well, the physical characteristics are users that are between 18 and 60 years old. This is because the user needs to be at least 18 years old to use Pettify and those who can operate a smartphone. Thirdly, is the language. Pettify application allows user to change language based on their preferences. If they want to use the application in English, they can change it in settings menu. The fourth features is the special needs. Pettify will ensure that it is accessible to people with disabilities. For example, the usage of simple gestures and color contrast will be implemented in this app for those who might find Pettify a little bit complex, but that will not be the case because Pettify will only use simple gestures and color contrast for those with color blindness. Fifth is the heterogeneous user group. Users will be familiar with Pettify's functions because the features are widely used in most of the application today. Next, discretionary users. Users are entitled to their own judgment. For example, Pettify will not force users to use any of the app's features. Last but not least, for people, Pettify's app interface is helpful to users to ensure that they can complete tasks, to make sure that there will be frequent users of Pettify. Moving on is the activities. For the goals and actions, Pettify aims to assist pet owners to find lost pets, to allow communication between two app users, and also allow pet users to post details of their lost pets. Next, regular tasks. The app is easy to learn and remember due to the app functions are the same as other social applications. Moving on is the well-defined. Pettify incorporates well-defined activities that are simple to perform for each user. Next is continuous. Pettify allows users to go through the app smoothly without having to go back and find their place again. Cooperative work. Pettify requires two different users to communicate with each other to find the missing pet. Next is the length of time on tasks. The task depends on the outcome of the lost pet. Users are able to communicate with other users at all times through the chat function. Lastly, for the activities part is the serial task. Pettify users are allowed to oppose multiple lost pet posters. For the context, the physical environment will be mainly outdoor, and the social environment will be accessible through mobile phones. Organizational are the relationships between Pettify users. Circumstances, on the other hand, lost pet may never be found. And type of support activities. Certain users might need to learn about some features available in Pettify. Moving on to the technology. Firstly, there is the input function. The input function is where data such as username, address, email, phone number will be keyed in by the user to send information to other users, or maybe to Pettify itself. Next is the output. The screen will display the appropriate menu depending on the user's input. Communications are between Pettify users. Size of screen will be based on the screen size of the user's smartphone. Does Pettify have graphical user interface? Yes, it does. What about the sound? Sound will be enabled if a user posts a video that contains sound. Mobile application? Yes, Pettify is entirely focuses on mobile application development. Will Pettify have a real-time system? Pettify has a real-time system to constantly track and identify missing pet based on a geotag and also the chat functions. As for the safe critical system, Pettify will not have access to the transactions done between users. Moving on to envisionment. For this, I went for a storyboard to visualize the process of using Pettify. As you can see, when the user realizes that their pet is missing, in this case, which is me, Zol, they can go to Pettify to create a post of their missing pet. Once the post is created, user can wait until an alert notifies them of their missing pet. Next, the user is able to respond to the alert via chat with the person who alerted the user. Finally, the two users can agree to meet at a location to complete the process. Next is the storyboard for someone who have found the missing pet. And what do they do? Firstly, she opens the Pettify app, and then she saw that Zul has created a poster of his missing pet. And on a sunny day at the park, maybe Noor stumbled upon a cat that matches Zul's cat description. And then Noor instantly sends an alert to Zul of his missing pet via Pettify. And then she will also send a message to Zul to agree to meet at a place. And once they have agreed to meet, Zul is reunited with his cat once again. Moving on to the empathy map. My empathy map consists of 4 aspects that are says, thinks, does, and feels. Empathy map will allow me to understand how the user is experiencing all these emotions. For example, a user might think to how to seek for help, and will someone actually help them? And with Pettify, since we allow users to post a missing pet poster and also a chat function, and inshallah someone out there will have the kindness in their heart to help you. Moving on to persona. In this persona, I have put myself in the user's shoes to describe myself. As you can see, all these details are my biodata, my goals and frustrations, and also my responsibilities, wants and personality. User journey map. In the user journey map, I will explain in detail of how the user will most likely feel when using the Pettify app. Without further ado, let's begin with thinking and awareness stage. Now, as a user, you might think, I need to find my lost pet, and what will the user consider? Well, in using the Pettify app, they will most likely to consider what type of details should they put on their missing pet post. And then comes the discuss stage. When you're asking for help, some people will always expect for a reward of some sort, and this is where the Pettify user can discuss between that person what kind of reward will they receive. Next is the receiving stage. Once you have created a post and the reward details, the Pettify user will wait to receive feedback from the post. And then comes the final stage of the journey map, is the response. Once a post have been getting engagements and response, the user will be able to chat with the one who interacts with his or her post, and then maybe they can agree to find the cat, or maybe they can meet at a location to receive his or her cat, for example. So moving on to the activity. So what does a user needs to do to create a post in Pettify? Firstly, in awareness stage is to create a missing pet post on Pettify. Consideration is to insert details of lost pet. Discuss will be inserting the rewards value on post. Coming on to the receive is wait for feedback for activity. And lastly is sending a message through Pettify chat feature. Touch points. All of these activities and thinking will mostly be done in Pettify. It is not most likely, it is all the time. And as you can see, underneath the user journey map is the emotion. Such a roller coaster ride from anxious to neutral and to finally excited. Moving on will be the HTA analysis for Pettify. So once you have downloaded the app, it will prompt you into a registration page or a login page, depending on whether you have an account or not. If you don't, it will tell you to create an account, which then you can log in, and once you've logged in, it will brings you to the home page. In the home page is where you can see the direct message function, create post function, and also view posts. That is the feed. So in the create post, you can upload image, upload video, and also input a text. And once you have created a post, you can, on your choice, delete it back once, let's say, if your cat has been found, so you don't want it to be on people's feed, then you can just delete the post. Next is the user profile. In the user profile, you can see your username, your profile picture, your email, and your password. And you are also able to edit your profile picture. Moving on is the context diagram. This is the context diagram for Pettify. So as you can see, there are three groups of users. So one is the Petfinder communities and one is the Petfinder user. So what's the difference between a Petfinder user and Petfinder communities? So let's say Petfinder user is closer to you. So for example, let's put you as the Petfinder user and you want to create a post of your missing pet, and then once you've created the post, as you can see, it will send to the Petfinder system. And the Petfinder communities, on the other hand, they can send a pet alert based on the Petfinder system, and it will redirect it back to you and alert you of your missing pet. And then there is also pet report for the chat system. Wireframing. Firstly, let's begin with the lo-fi prototype. As you can see here, these are the low fidelity prototype of my mobile app. First, you can see the splash screen. The circle explains the logo of the app. Then there's a button, get started button, which then prompts you to the registration, where you can enter your full name, your email, and what kind of password you want to put, and then you can sign up. Or if you have already created an account, you can just click on the text below sign up and it will redirect you to the login page. In the login page there will be an image and also two functions where you can put your email and your password. And if you forget your password by any chance, you will be able to use the forget password function. And then there's a login button at the bottom of the user interface, and once you have logged in, it will bring you to the feed where you can see people post of their missing pet. And then there's 4 buttons below the interface that will redirect you to the profile, chat, create post, and also settings. Moving on to the high fidelity prototype. So you might wonder, how do I actually read this? How do I understand it? So as you can see, let's begin with the one at the leftmost part of this interface. So there's the splash screen. Once you've opened up the app, that's where the app will bring you. And then once you've clicked the get started button, and it will bring you to the registration window. And then once you've signed up or logged in, it will bring you to the feed. And as you can see there's the post of a missing cat and a missing dog. Moving on is the profile, and then there's the chat function and also a create post menu. And then last but not least is the settings. So next I will show you how to use Pettify on iPhone. This is the high fidelity prototype that I've created using Figma. Once you've launched the app, this is the splash screen, and as you can see, here is the button that I need to press so that I can proceed to the next stage. So let's just click on that, and once you've clicked get started, it will prompt you to the registration window. Here you can enter your full name, your email, your password, and also confirm your password. And once you've done that, you can either sign up, or if you already have an account, you can just press down here at sign in to just log in to your existing account. So let's just say I want to sign in, and welcome back, we've missed you. There's a text at the top part of the interface, and then there's an image that says welcome, and then you can enter your email and your password and the forget password button, and then a login. And also, if you don't have an account, it will just brings you back to where we started. And let's just click login, and once you've logged in, the app will redirects you to the feed. In the feed is where you can search for people, search for a more specific missing pet posters. And then there's also a bookmark feature, so that you can save it for later for reference. And then there's a comment. If you want to comment on this post here, it will redirect you to another window. And then there's a share button, and this right here is the handshake icon. It means that when you've clicked on this, it will actually alert the owner of this cat. So for example, let's say you found my cat at a park. So what you want to do is you click this icon right here. Then there's a missing dog, a Rottweiler called Razor. And yeah, there's the for button down here. This is the direct messages, create posts, your profile, and also settings. So let's begin with the direct messages. So once you've clicked on direct messages, this is the interface that you will see. So for example, I've already sent a message saying greet to Lara, and this is where you press, and then it will bring up the keyboard, and this is where you enter, where you send your message. And this is the back button that will just bring us to where we left off. And let's just press back, and let's create a post. So right here is the interface for create a post. This is the part where you give your inputs. You can attach images and also attachments. And here is what everyone loves right now, is the emoji or emoticons, and publish button. And if you change your mind, you don't want to create a post for some reason, you can just go back. And then let's check out our profile. So this is the profile of Ian Dooley. So in this profile, it has a notification bell. So when, let's say, you've posted a missing pet poster and someone click on the handshake icon, this is where it will notifies you right here. This is your inbox basically. And these are just what you want to post basically of your profile. So right here, Ian has 2 pets apparently. One is called Benji, a male cat, a 2-year-old male cat, and Ronnie, a golden retriever. And then there's a home button that will brings you back to the feed. And then there is this cogwheels icon, which is the settings. In here you can see your profile picture, you can edit your profile picture, and then for the settings is the liked posts. The liked posts is where posts that you've bookmarked will be stored in. And there's the downloads. For example, if you want to download a user's missing pet poster, for example, if you want to download their video or the images, you can download it, and then you will store it here. And then is the language settings. Here you can switch between languages. So if you want to, like I said earlier, if you want it to be in English, you can just click here, and then you can change your language to English. So that's it from me. Thank you, and I hope you have a blessed day, and bye bye.